Great day, amazing humans. Yes, welcome to Empowering Bytes. This is where we keep it short and sweet. But who is the we? Well, the we is me, Nkechi, and
I'm Gabby with 1B. Pleased to be the co-host of these Empowering Bytes, where we keep it short and sweet.
E to the A to the B to the Y. Mamone! That is Gabby 1B Mamone. Let's go, girl. Let the show begin. Great day, amazing humans. Yes, welcome to another episode of Empowering Bytes. And I just have to say, Gabby, you look good today, girl.
Oh,
good
thank
today,
you. Is
girl.
it because of my empowerment?
Yes, because you're on brand. You are on
Branded?
brand, girlfriend. You're on brand. That's right. And so we're really, really excited. Gabby has been my co-host since the beginning.
The beginning?
And seven seasons. It's awesome.
Wow.
And I remember it was a conversation. I remember I was in my car. I remember exactly where I was driving when you said it. And I was like, well, why don't we do it together? And you're like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah. I
It's been
remember
amazing.
celebrating you because you just had a podcast. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what it looks like, but maybe when you have your 10th episode, let me interview you, or your 50th or 100th.
I was like, every other episode, let's go.
You're like, I got a better idea. I was like, okay.
And we've been it's just weird. We've been doing it consistently for 7 seasons. That's almost 7. I know COVID, there was an event, there was a fast forward in COVID because we did I don't know what happened, but I think we unlocked 3 seasons in a year or something like that. Remember that? But now technically after that, it's been every season's a year. It's a 52 episodes, of which 26 are hours.
That is amazing. We're gonna have to celebrate the next milestone.
I know. I think we have to. I think we gotta figure out how many episodes and then do a milestone. Do something. Go and look at our favorite topics. Anyway, coming soon, listeners. Coming soon.
Coming soon. But what a great segue into today's topic, because it is about celebration.
Is it a topic?
It's about leading. Well, I think so. Because leading, celebrating, it's what we need. We need a leadership event. And it was funny because when I originally chatted with you about your idea, you said to me, it's not just another leadership event. You said it's the M word? Movement. So let's talk about that. I want to unpack that. Who is this event for? Why is it a movement? Let's talk about your LEAD Summit.
Yeah.
That's coming up on May
24th. Yes, I know. It's coming up in 22 days actually from now, from 10 to 4 in North York at S3 Space. Really, really beautiful, creative space. We have the entire venue, ample parking. Tickets are on sale on Eventbrite. We'll share the link in all of those things. Okay, this is shameless plug promo. But if I think back to so Empowered My Skin was born in 2014, and I remember I had my first event. Shout outs to Natalie Thompson, who really encouraged me to do the first one. And 38 people showed up, and I was watching footage from it. It was really awesome. The room was full, but what I recognized, it was 38 people. And a dear friend of mine actually too has since passed on. So Burns, I was watching her deliver her talk, and I was looking at all the women, and I fast forward now to 11 years later, and I just know that same type of magic is going to be created, because when I think humans come together for a common goal to grow, to learn, to amplify, to increase, to elevate, something magical truly happens. And so LEAD came out through, in large part, I'm in tech, so why wouldn't I? So LEAD, I have conversations with ChatGPT all the time, right? And I had this conversation with Chat, and I said, me, the things that are important, the things that what fundamentally do you think are the what movement do you believe in this day and age that I still desire and purpose to unlock? And they're like, I really truly do believe you want to see everyone lead, you know?
Hmm.
And I just was like, yeah, the lead movement, you know? And then I start to think about what activates my lead, my leadership, right? Like, so every day I'm learning something new. Every day I'm doing my affirmations so that I think up, right? I try as much as I can to elevate my thinking. I try as much as I can when I have an idea to not wait and say, "Oh, I'm going to start Monday." I just
Yeah.
start, activate that desire. And then I will be honest with you, like I'm not trying to fit in, man. Like like I think there's something so sexy about being disruptive, right?
Yes. Yes, of course.
And yeah, and I think if you could do it in a way that really just challenges the status quo and uniquely positions you to really know who you are in a room, irrespective of who's in that room or what that room looks like.
Yeah.
And and I call it a movement because this is not just an event. I'm not trying to just get people into a room, but it's really it's about how much how transcendent can this experience be so that when people leave, just their movement leads others, right? Leads others to move and then leads them to move others to lead, like, so it's just this domino effect. You know me on my domino effect
Yeah.
of leadership, right? Like it's beyond the titles. It's really about giving your step purpose, giving your voice, audible recognition so that when you
Hmm.
speak, people know what you stand for, and you can't do that unless of course you lead. And I'll give a little bit of sneak peek, but I will deliver somewhat of a short talk, and it's called Don't Drop the Lead. Don't drop your lead.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah, don't drop the lead. And what I mean by that is like if I think about like even the year that I'm navigating out of, into this year, like there's one thing I could, it was a non-negotiable.
mm,
I was not going to stop leading my
love.
life, leading others, and leading like at a global level. You know what I mean? Like I didn't miss one podcast episode, right? Like not
Mm.
one. And it was a really challenging year,
Yeah.
You went through it with me, right? And so,
Yeah.
I think it's like that's the talk. It's like don't drop the lead ever.
Yeah.
Don't drop the
Yeah.
lead. Because let me just tell you
So,
something, you drop the lead, somebody's gonna come running up right behind you and,
yeah, you
and
stayed
take
committed.
over.
I
Yeah.
saw you. You stayed committed through the whole thing. You didn't get distracted.
Hmm. So
So,
LEAD stands for
yeah,
learn, elevate, activate, and disrupt.
I
And
love
I
that.
truly do, and it's because real leadership doesn't just follow the rules, it creates them, right? Like
Mm,
yeah. So that's really about it. The other thing that's really intentional is I'm kind of going back to basics where everyone that is speaking at the event is intentionally handpicked. And these are humans that mostly directly. There is one person that I'm looking for that is, I still haven't locked it down. So I have one speaker spot left, but it's very specific. I'm looking for a futurist to
mm,
speak at the event, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But all the other speakers, and we've started to announce them, is that there's something very profound that they have through their leadership led me to become, you know what I mean? Like, and so they have such a profound impact to who I am on today. And that's how I started, right? Like I didn't start by reaching out to people that were like, people I just kind of followed. I reached out to people who in like had direct impact in my life, that each and every single one of them I had a personal story and had a personal reason why I felt that I needed to create a platform to further amplify their gifting, you know
ah, that's
and so,
beautiful.
and trust me, these humans that are coming, it's not like they need my platform because they're already
Yes.
but my platform needs them, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and I feel to share their brilliance,
I
Yeah.
love that. So
Mhm.
why would someone want to attend? What highlights can they
Oh my
expect?
gosh. Well, I think that you have just an like insatiable desire to really understand when you are in a room, and this might be for a podcast episode coming up, but when you are in a room, you know what problem you solve at that table,
Yeah.
right? Like, so that was something um I'm intentionally trying not to, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I do tend a lot of podcasts like conferences or sit on panel discussions, and we're still like talking, especially women, talking about the imposter syndrome,
Mm,
and typically, like, and so we talk about that, we're still talking about like the importance of networking, the importance of getting a coach, mentor, and sponsor, and I'm not discounting, all of these are actually really
mm-hmm.
important topics. I'm not trying to downplay them in any way, but it's almost like the at what point have you out conferenced, out read, out understood these concepts to just say, okay,
Sure.
you know what? I
Yeah.
don't have there's nothing imposter about me, right? Remember that movement that I went through.
Yeah.
Um, Mentor, check, got many. Coach, oh yeah, got a coach. In fact, for different parts of my life. Sponsorship, yeah, I know who my sponsors are, and I actually understand how sponsorship works, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Um, and like all those other things like introvert, extrovert, like labels, like no, not doing the label thing. I know I have a voice so like check, 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 like all of those sort of networking. Oof, I'm a super networker. I'm now connecting other people to other people to get
Sure.
work done, right?
Yeah.
And so beyond that, let's talk about what it takes to lead billion-dollar project portfolios in a like in a big corporation. What do those kind of conversations look like? How do you even prepare yourself to like have them,
Mm,
what does it take to like get yourself to the top of like um or the ability to like negotiate you know m- millions of dollars to support your business, right? Like, so it's about unlocking sort of that next level
mm,
of, you know, that toolkit pieces, like,
yeah.
that you need in order to like when you're knocking at the door to get into a room, and a lot of times it's going to be rooms that there's not a lot of people that maybe look like you, but when you
Sure.
step in there, you actually know you have your value is set at that table, right? You know that they're benefiting from your presence, and
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing that's dimming your shine, absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One thing I've heard you say in the last podcast recording is it's not just about being invited to the table, but it's about being fed.
Yes, yes,
Right?
yes, yes,
And
yes.
I love that. I love that. And so, who else do you think would be in the room? Like, why would I purchase a ticket? Because I know the value of networking, I know the
Yeah,
value of proximity.
yeah,
And if you haven't heard our proximity episode, listen to it's the next one actually. We're
yeah.
going to be talking about proximity in the next episode. And but yeah, why who's going to be there? Why?
Yeah, so I believe that you're gonna find the ability to meet other people in corporate spaces, right? Like I
Love it.
obviously recognize that a large part of Empowered My Skin attracts people in corporate, and
Yeah.
Empowered My Skin attracts entrepreneurs, right? And it's gonna probably be people that either want to make that step away from corporate into an entrepreneurship role, or are entrepreneurs and really want to really understand how do they further lead their product, how do they lead their teams,
Love it.
how do they just lead life? Like, how do they
Mm,
lead it on all dimensions of life? I think you're going to find men, you're going to find women, predominantly women. Um,
love it.
but I know that there's some men that have purchased their tickets. I see there's some couples that are coming. But I think that like networking is just so important, and it's beyond like you actually need to start to be really insatiably curious about the giftings that others have, because
Yes.
that's the power of your network is when you
Yes.
understand that, because that's when you can activate your network, which is the whole
Yes.
activation piece
Yeah.
of lead. Yeah. So there's going to be like just a great, I think, a diverse set of humans that are probably in those spaces, like either corporate or entrepreneurship, that really want to elevate their lead.
Ah, that's great. And before we wrap up, did you want to share why you chose the MCs that you did?
So let me announce, that was a good plug. Let me announce some of the folks that are going to be emceeing and hosting this event. And so one of them is so yes, like I said, everything has been really very intentional.
Yeah.
And a lot of the humans that said yes to being like engulfed in this mission are near and dear to me. And so guess who? Like this co-host, Gabby 1B Mimone, is a co-emceeing with their co-hosting with their executive producer Trisha Blake, and also the podcast host of and founder of My Third Bloom. Yes, the rich auntie in the metaverse. Yeah, so really really excited. You both are going to bring such incredible energy, and I like the audience is going to have a lot of fun. I mean, you are an
Yeah.
incredible host, actually, and I'm so grateful to have your skill set and talent. Just make this day like epic.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. I'm honored to be part of the event. I know Trisha is as well. What a beautiful co-host. We're going to have
Mhm.
a blast. The attendees, for those that are listening, go online, get your ticket, bring your team, bring your besties, your spouse. It's going to be an epic, epic event.
I think it's
L.E.A.D.
good.
May 24th.
That's right. Lead, y'all. Lead. It is a movement, and I look forward to seeing you. And sadly, this is where we have to say, I'm Ink,
And I'm Gabby with 1B.
and we're out. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.